right, so I'm just going to show you the trades that um, I took this week when I was looking at the charts. So looking back, I didn't ask you about the one from today, but there was actually a nice trade today as well that you probably would have saw. The first two of this week, the Monday, and I think I asked, was it? Yeah, I think Thursday, Monday and Thursday. I'd have to check the text. But I think it was Monday and Thursday. Um, and those two trades were actually a little bit more advanced, at least entry wise, and so that might be why you didn't see them. But essentially, this is Monday of this past week. Um, so just going back in time, right? This is a weekly chart. Obviously, incredibly bullish. I mean, there's no reason for me to try to sell, considering that would just be me guessing. uh, Trying to time a reversal in the market, which I'm not going to do. I'm just going to continue to be bullish as long as it shows me bullishness, and then when it wants to show me bearishness, I'll be bearish. But right now, it's full on bullish, and I'll trade it up until $1 million if I have to. I don't care. But yeah, so anyways, right on the weekly here. The first target coming into Monday would be just this weekly high. Want to see that get taken. So if I go lower, go to the daily. Um, right, bullish, same deal. You see how we traded inside this fair value gap here, then pushed pushed up after that. We go to the 4 hour. Okay, this is where I'm going to start to look for whether or not we're in a point of interest, right? So a fair value gap or an order block that I can find my model in a lower time frame inside that point of interest, right? So we do have a point of interest. So that means that step number one has been achieved for my trade, right? If we weren't inside a point of interest on the 4 hour or the 1 hour, then I simply would not take a trade, or I'd wait until maybe it came into um, another point of interest. Okay. So it's in this fair value gap. Another thing to note is that we have this um, amazing looking order block here on the 1 hour. So that's something that I could see what we end up doing maybe is potentially coming for this low, right, into the order block and then going higher, right? That was my thinking going into Monday this week. So what we get, let's see, let's go to the 15 minute. The 15 minute is where I look for um, my model really. So like I look for the sweep of liquidity on the 15 minute most of the time. Um, and so I'm waiting. And now, like I said, we are in this 4 hour fair value gap. So it doesn't have to come down to this 1 hour order block that I pointed out. It could sweep liquidity down here and then go higher, and that's fine. I'll be in that trade if that's the case. Um, but I'm waiting until there's distribution, right? I need to see a big candle to the upside. So what I'm looking at right now is we did get a sweep. We have some distribution. Um, I wouldn't be opposed to taking this, especially since we just actually entered into this fair value gap here on the 5 minute. I don't remember if this is a trade I took, but let's see how this plays out. This was all the way back in Monday, so I don't remember as well. But coming for these highs, that's enough for me to enter. If it takes me out, that's fine. I'm still going to be bullish. I'll just be waiting for these highs to get taken out and potentially into this order block. So let's see what happens. Yeah. All right. So this one takes me out. Fine. It gave me everything I needed. Okay. For the entry. So it is what it is. I don't really care. It could have just as much went my direction without me. So I wanted to be in the trade because it followed all my rules. So right, going lower, continuing to go lower. Now we've swept all these lows. So now now I'm even more inclined to take a buy here. If okay, so now we entered into the 1 hour order block. Perfect. See if we can get some distribution off of it, right? We're still inside that 1 hour order block. This whole thing here is this order block. We're on the 5 minute. So I believe this, I have to check, but I believe this, what happened here, okay? I'm going to show you a cool thing that ended up happening here where I don't know, you might not have seen the video yet from ICT, but he doesn't go too in depth with it. He probably explained it in one video, but essentially, what I saw, okay, and this is might be why you didn't see the entry, um, is if I go back to uh, where the hell are we? If I go back to Monday, okay, um, let me go here. Okay, so this is where we are, but now this is the S&P chart, right? This is uh, you'll see TGR trade this chart a lot, right? It's just the other index. I trade only Nasdaq, but what I will do, okay, is I'll use the S&P uh, as a potential entry point. So like you'll see what I mean here. So um, if I fast forward here, okay. So right here, the S&P 500 gave me an entry, right? It pulled back into my fair value gap after distributing. Um, Now, you might be saying, well, it didn't come all the way back down to equilibrium. What I do is I allow, and I think I've told you this, right? The fair value gap that is a part of equilibrium. If that gets tapped, I get in. But right, I don't trade the S&P, so I'm not getting in on the S&P. But what I will do, this is an 11:30 candlestick, right? What I will do is okay. Oh wait, we didn't pull back into a fair value gap. I can't enter. But remember, we just did on uh, ES or S&P, right? So I'm able to get in off Nasdaq because they're very correlated, right? So this is where I'm getting in. Uh, right. All right, I'll take 50% off. I'm not gonna put my stop loss to break even yet. I don't think it's necessary. All right, we came for these highs. Now I would bring my stop loss up, just make it a risk-free trade. I don't, we took these highs, so do we have to take these highs above? Technically, no. Um, so I just want to protect the trade at this point. And so that would have been the whole trade. Uh, what I will say is this is up to you. I don't know how I would have played this personally, as I probably would have uh, just held it overnight. Why not? I have my stop loss at break even. It's a risk free trade. I forget how this played out overnight. Let's see. Okay, so I'm still in. It never took me out. Um, I don't remember there being a trade on Tuesday, so let's just go to uh, next day again. Okay. Um, so it took me out break even. it's tough, honestly. Like it coming back up here one more time at 9:30, I might have, we'll just say it stopped me out, break even after I took partial profit, but um, I might have taken the whole trade off somewhere around here just because it came back up to the high again. I've held it for 2 days, or I've held it for a day and a half now. So, uh, something to think about. But either way, profit. Um, now, so that might have been why you didn't see the trade. Was that special like entry technique? Um, Let me clear the chart. Okay. So we'll go one more day here into Thursday. That other. So okay. Here is like I woke up and the first thing I did was I looked at my phone and I went on TradingView and well, I'll show you. Um, I'll go to the daily first. Um, okay. So again, no reason to be bearish, still bullish. Go to the 4 hour, right? We're inside a fair value gap here. 1 hour, right? Doesn't matter. I mean, we're inside that 4 hour POI, so we're good. Point of interest. Um, but when I saw how clean these highs were when I woke up in the morning, I was like, yep, we're coming for them. Like, there's just no way. Like, there's no way we don't come for those highs. It's literally too perfect. And um, so I woke up. I forget what. You know what? This one I think you should have found, but I can't remember if there was something special about this one too. I can't remember. Let me see how it plays out here. Um, but you see how we sweep these lows with this, and we also sweep these lows with this. It's like a mini model inside the big model. Um, Now I don't love trading before 9:30. This is an 8:30. We're at 8:39 right now, right? I don't love trading before 8:30 or before 9:30, but I will if if my model shows up. But what I'll do, right, because that 9:30 candle can be crazy and could take you out pretty easily, I won't put my stop loss underneath the fair value gap here. I'm going to put it underneath the low. So much wider stop loss. And then I'm going to move it up all the way, take profit up there. Um, and let's see how this plays. Okay, take 50 off. Let the rest run. All right, I took 50 off and we still haven't even targeted any of these highs, to be fair. So like realistically, there's just no like it should continue. That is a little scary, right? But um, I didn't put my stop loss to break even because I knew there was a potential for that. I already took partial profit off, so um, we're good there. And it continues through. So that's that trade. This is like a perfect, like real, like genuinely, this is like if I could wake up to this every morning, I would be a billionaire. Like this is it could not get easier than that. That's like a perfect example of the 2022 model. Um, I mean, these highs were so neat. They were so perfect. Like, um, and then Friday, so today, let's go to next day open. Okay. Not sure why next day open took me to 6:45. What? Fuck? Oh, this stupid fucking. All right, I'm gonna have to show you on here. Um, Let me show you on here. I have it marked up anyway already, but yeah. So essentially, let's see. We'll go to the daily just for. By the way, this is retarded. How like we just keep going up. Like it really is retarded. Um, but I'm not gonna stop buying until it decides it doesn't want to go up anymore. Um, okay. So I woke up this morning and the first thing I noticed was um, so disregard this big blue candle and this black one up here. This is the candle you would see uh, uh, coming into the morning. This is the 4 hour candle that I saw when I woke up. This one right here. Okay. Um, so looking at it, I'm like, okay, well, we're not in a point of interest, so I can't trade yet, if at all, today. So I went down to 1 hour, and this candle. Let me just hide this real quick. This candle right here with the big wick, it hadn't formed yet, right? So I'm like, okay, um, we need to tap it. Like, if I'm going to take a trade, I'm going to need price to tap into this 1 hour point of interest, this higher time frame point of interest, this fair value gap here. I'm going to need that to happen. Um, it does exactly that. It sweeps the lows. Let me see. Where the hell is? Here we go. Okay. So I'll go to the 15-minute just to show you how clean this is again, right? We sweep all these lows. Okay. So that's the model taking place. We tap into a higher time frame point of interest, which I need for my model. Um, just gives me a higher probability of it working out. Then I go 5 minute doesn't give you, well, it technically gives you an entry here, but your risk reward might not be good enough at that point. So we go to the 1 minute, right? Beautiful entry right here, right? We start to distribute higher. Okay, we leave a fair value gap here. Technically, you could get in off of this, right? Because we traded into it, blue candlestick. Okay, if you miss that, this is the next best entry here, right? Because we come back inside. Okay, and boom, we target the highs. So that was all the trades from this week. So 3 out of 5 days this week had they were some nice tradable days. And yeah, that's what I just wanted to show you. So let me know if you have any questions or like let me know like what you didn't see maybe when you were looking at it.